Well, hello my beauties and welcome to my channel. Today, Foundation Friday with the L'Oreal Infallible. So if you want to know what I think about this foundation, then just keep on watching. L'Oreal Infallible 24-hour, what does it say? Stay Fresh Foundation. Fights makeup meltdown. We will see, we will see. I have mine in the color 150 and unfortunately it is too dark for me at the moment. So what I did, and you will see that when I apply it, I just mixed a little bit of lightning drops into this foundation. It shouldn't be a problem actually, because it's just a tiny bit. But yeah, a little bit about this is just a glass bottle. It's 30 milliliters. It comes with a pump. That is very nice. It says 24 hours, just applied finish. Flawless complexion, no transfer, no visible imperfection, no visible shine, no dry out, no mask effect. No transfer. It does sometimes, I know. When I don't powder it down, but I do apply a finishing spray, it stays a little bit weird, a little bit tacky, so then it transfers. No visible imperfections, that's just not possible. You know, we all have our own little imperfections. A foundation is never going to cover that. What it did cover is most of my hyperpigmentation, but that's about it. No visible shine, true. No dry out, true, if I don't powder it too much. I tried the buffing technique a few days ago. That really dries out my skin, so I don't want to do that. No mask effect. Yeah, also, yeah, it is actually pretty nice. It's buildable, as you will see in my application. It feels nice on the skin. What else do I want to say? It's not drying, for which I am very happy. In case you don't know, my skin type is dry to normal. In the summertime, it's more towards normal because of the warm humid weather we have here, and now it's getting a bit colder, so my skin is kind of reverting back to its normal / dry state. So I do need to be careful what I put on top of my skin, but that's more my problem than it is yours. The video is built up like it usually is. That means that I will show you the application in a minute. After that, I will give you my initial thoughts and let you know how it played with the rest of my makeup. Then I will show you in natural light. Then I will go about my day and check in throughout the day. And then at the end of the day, I will give you my final thoughts about the foundation. Yeah, so that is about it. Also, don't forget to check out my description box. I am part of a very nice group called the Beauty YouTuber Growth Group, and we are a very small group, but we like to support each other. Everyone that is in that group is linked on my channel underneath the featured channels and also in my description box. Go check them out, send them some love, and if you like them, hit their subscribe button and their bell and become part of their funny and hilarious and just sweet little family. For now, let's just get into the rest of the video and let's start with the application of the foundation. Okay, the L'Oreal foundation. As you see, I have already done my eyes. That's another video, which is, I think, already up, but I'm not sure yet. But yeah, the foundation test from the L'Oreal Infallible. And as I said, I think I said that I have mine in the color 150, but it's actually a little bit too dark. So what I'm going to do is do a couple of pumps on a glass lid, then add a few drops of lightener, just so that it well, matches my skin a little bit more. That is the only reason. So let me just swirl that together. And I applied this both ways. I applied it with a brush, I applied it with a sponge. Yesterday I did it only with a sponge, and to be honest I thought the finish was pretty nice. So I'm going to do that again today. I did prime my face with some priming spray. I will list everything down below. And now I'm just going to, well, bounce it on my face. Okay, let's take the side of the sponge and just press it in a bit. I saw that L'Oreal was coming out with a new formula of this foundation. So, don't know why, but in case you don't get along with this formula, maybe you could try the new one. I don't know. Okay, let's get a brush. I just have a concealer brush. I'm just going over this here, and I will clean up my eyebrows later. And I also use some of this foundation here. Oh, can you see? I hope so. And then let's go over it with a sponge. And just press it in. Okay, let's bring it down a little bit as well. Just what I have left. Now, the foundation doesn't claim to be full coverage. And it's not. But you can build it up nicely, as you can see. Now, I usually don't have to powder this, because the weather is turning colder now. My skin reverts back to, well, the normal to dry. Don't really get oily in the winter as well, or in the fall. So I don't think that I need to powder this. Let's see how it looks. So the color is a bit off. Well, it's kind of working with my shoulder, but not really with my décolleté, and that is because, well, I'm a neutral undertone, and some parts are pink and some parts are yellow. It's just the way it is. Let me see. It is starting to set a little. It isn't really collecting into my smile lines. I can see that. But also it hasn't set completely yet. I didn't use a pore filling primer because I didn't feel like it. So yeah, let me put on some concealer. I have the Fast Base Concealer from Revolution. I also have one from L'Oreal, the True Match, which is really nice, but it doesn't give me a lot of coverage, but the formula is fantastic. Ah, my son is awake, so I'm just bouncing this in. The foundation feels nice. It feels nice on my skin. I don't feel like I have a heavy layer on, so that is good. I do need to say that if I do not powder it and I spray over it with a finishing spray, my face feels kind of tacky or sticky. And so yeah, I don't know what that's about, but maybe it is because then I didn't powder it. I don't know. But yeah, this is how it is looking. I think it's looking pretty good. Let me do this. Then turn down the light a little, and I will come in a little closer so you can see. But I think it's looking nice. So what I'm going to do is turn up the light a bit. I'm going to do the rest of my makeup. Then I will be back. then I will well, show you what it looks like then, and let you know how it applied, putting everything else on top. Then I will show you in natural light. It is still a bit dark outside, so maybe I have to wait a little, or maybe even a few hours. And then I will give you some, well, check-ins throughout the day, and at the end of the day I will give you, well, my final ideas and thoughts and all that kind of good stuff. So first off is finishing my makeup, and I will see you in just a little bit. So everything is on. Let me see what the foundation did. It looks like it's collecting a tiny bit here in my smile line. I did set it a little bit. I set it along the jawline and here actually, and a little bit underneath my eyes. That was actually the only place that I set. It feels set. The rest of my powders went on nicely. The blush looks okay. So far so good, I think. It's not breaking up anywhere, so that is good. It's not breaking up there. Wait. So yeah, it is actually looking kind of nice. Let me see, is it light outside yet? Yeah, so what I will do is show you in natural light in just a minute what the foundation looks like. Then I will go about my day, and I will see you in a few hours again. But first, let me show you what it looks like in natural light. So guys, this is what it looks like in natural light. And yeah, I think it looks nice. I have been wearing this foundation for about a week and a half to 2 weeks or something. So yeah, and so far so good. It does depend on the base that I am using underneath, I do have to say that. And I just need to make sure that my skincare and my sunscreen have dried down enough so that the foundation doesn't conflict with that, especially with the sunscreen. So yeah, again, I think it looks nice. I'm going to go about my day, and yeah, I will see you in just a few hours for me and a few seconds for you. So guys, it has been about 12 hours. It's still light outside, so I thought I would film my final thoughts in front of the window so you could see what it looks like in natural light. Now I do have to say, I've already taken out my lenses and I just removed my glasses because of the glare. So I'm a little bit like that. So I have a little mirror here, and that way I can really, well, see what you see. And what I see is this. It has rubbed off here, but that was actually after only a few hours, and I know what happened because apparently my lipstick smeared all over the place. No one told me. I was walking around with lipstick over here and no one told me. When I got home, then I heard that my lipstick was all over the place. But anyway, it's getting a bit colder and my nose is starting to run sometimes. So it's not really weird that it has rubbed off here because I'm constantly blowing my nose and trying to, well, pat the snotty stuff back in and all that nice gross things. But yeah, so that is where it has rubbed off, which is not weird. The rest, though, looks very, very good. I don't really have the feeling, yeah, it rubbed off here a little bit because I can see on my mole. But also, again, I also sit like this a lot of the time. So that is, again, not weird, but it is not patchy. It is not broken up. It hasn't broken up around my nose, but it is a little bit gone here. But again, probably because of the fact that I have been blowing my nose today. Let me see. I'm looking like this. I don't want to blind you with my mirror. Let me see. Here it's a little bit gone here as well, but I always do this. I have a very expressive face, so yeah, I don't mind that either. And I also do this. I don't know why. It's just something, but it has rubbed off a little bit here. And overall, it is looking good. Even my under eyes they look they look dry. They don't really feel dry. They look a bit dry, but it is not as bad as with some concealer. So I am happy about that. So that is a plus for the Fast Base Concealer from Revolution. I'm happy about that. And overall, it is still on my cheeks, which is always a problem for me. So yeah, as far as I can see, with my magnifying mirror, it looks really nice. Let me come in a little closer so you can see as well. And I hope the lighting won't do weird things. Let me go on my tiptoes a bit. So that is what it's looking like. And yeah, again, I think it looks quite well. Now they say on the bottle it should last about 24 hours, and I have never had a foundation that lasted 24 hours. I cannot powder this one down because it will be too drying, so I don't do that. And yeah, that's just, I think that shortens the wear time of your, that shortens the wear time of your foundation, at least in my understanding. I also don't often use a typical setting spray because of the denatured alcohol in it, which dries out my skin even more. So yeah, overall, I don't think that I have the most long-lasting face for foundations or something like that, but I am very, very happy with this foundation. I do have to say, I am going to try tomorrow to put a little less on. This morning I used 3 pumps, yes, 3, with a tiny drop of the lightener drops. But when I use my brush, I need the 3 drops, otherwise I cannot get the coverage or something. So I think that the brush that I used soaks up a lot of product, even though I spray it. I do find that the foundation, for me at least, is most beautiful when I apply it with a damp beauty blender. So I'm going to do that from now on and just leave the brush alone when I'm using this foundation. But yeah, my face doesn't feel dry. If my face gets dehydrated or dry because of a foundation or something else I put on my face, I always feel it here on my cheeks first. So then you get that tight feeling, you know. I don't have that with this foundation. I do have to say, I always use a sunscreen underneath. So maybe if you don't do that, which you should, by the way, because the SPF in your moisturizer and in your liquid makeup, what's it called again, isn't enough coverage against UV light. And if you don't want to have, well, it won't block all wrinkles, but it will help very well with minimizing wrinkles. So start now. If you don't use sunscreen daily now, start, because that's the best anti-aging thing you can put on your face. But that's a whole other video. But anyway, because I always use a sunscreen underneath, and as I mentioned before, sunscreens here in the Netherlands are a bit more emollient than in other countries maybe. So I think that if your skin is oily or normal to oily, you may need to powder it down a bit. Maybe if your face is dry and you don't use sunscreen or an emollient rich base underneath, you won't have to set it, but maybe then it can dry, feel a little bit drying. You just have to try. If you have this foundation, let me know how it works for you. Also, let me know your skin type, because that will help us all. But yeah, this is one of my favorite foundations next to the Maybelline Superstay. And I do want to compare the two. One half Infallible and one half Superstay. I am actually kind of curious to see how they perform against each other. I do have to say the Maybelline I used in the height of summer, so that could be a difference as well. Maybe it is drying now and it is a foundation that I can only use during the height of summer. I don't know, but I'm going to try. But yeah, the L'Oreal Infallible 24-hour wear, well, that's what it says on the bottle. But it is another favorite of mine. So I have 2 now. and I have ones that I like, but the favorites that I have currently are the Superstay and the Infallible. So yeah, that was it for me. I think the foundation looks really pretty. I think it held up really well, and again, it didn't break up. As far as I can see, let me check, because I didn't, of course I didn't. I don't feel like it has really collected into any line, so that is good. So no, I don't feel like it emphasizes my lines. They are there. And yeah, if I want to fill them in, I will probably have to get Botox or something, I don't know, or fillers, but I don't want that. Not that I'm against that, but I just, no. I would rather spend my money on eyeshadow than Botox, but that's just me. But yeah, I'm rambling again. I am getting a bit tired, and when I'm getting tired, I'm rambling. ADHD, ole ole. So yeah, again, itchy nose, allergies, I think. I don't know, but yeah, guys, my final verdict, is it worth your money? Yes. Would I pay 17 euros and 50 cents for it? No, because I will wait for a sale. Because for a drugstore foundation, I think 17 euros and 50 cents is a lot of money. You can compare that to, let's say, $16 to $17, so that you have a bit of an idea what I pay for a L'Oreal foundation at the drugstore, and that is why I got it on a sale. So yeah, I think it is a great foundation. I really like it. I will keep using it. If I'm not testing out other foundations, I have a few others that I need to try out as well. And yeah, this is going into my favorite box. And when I am not testing out the foundation, this is one that I will grab. Yeah, that was what I wanted to say. I'm going to take everything off now. And yeah, going to relax downstairs and wait for bedtime. Maybe drink a little lemonade or maybe even a cup of coffee. I'm not sure yet. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give it a thumbs down. Let me know if you have the L'Oreal Infallible and what your experience with it is. If you like it or if you don't like it, let me know down in the comment section below. For now, I am signing off, and I will hope to see you soon in my next video. Bye guys.